Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. It sure has been fun being an XRP holder lately, hasn't it? You never know when you go to check the price of XRP, is it going to be another one of those many instances we've had over the last couple of weeks where it's rocketing up? And it's fascinating because today XRP was rocketing up in price while Bitcoin is basically just moving sideways, leading to headlines like this one on your screen right here. From the Crypto Basic, XRP decouples from Bitcoin, crosses 60 cents for first time since mid-August. And I'm also going to share with you some perspective from a couple analysts because we'll see what happens, but there's much optimism that we could be seeing close to the $1 range sooner than later. And as I always say, it seems impossible that such things will happen until they just do, and then everybody acts like it's just common sense, and of course it was going to happen. So, but man, plenty to discuss here in this latest Moon Lambo hot jam. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. Now, as I record this video, XRP down slightly, just a hair shy of 60 cents. Bitcoin at $34,613. You got the Crypto Fear and Greed Index at 66 out of 100, so people feeling greedy yet again. And obviously, it's been Bitcoin that's really kicked this off over the last couple weeks in particular. In fact, take a look at this chart if you so care to. This is shared by the Bitcoin Archive account on social media platform X. And they're just noting that Bitcoin hit its highest weekly close in the past 78 weeks. Hasn't seen this level since May. May of last year. So don't mind seeing that. I mean, look, it's been a lot more fun to be in crypto, and certainly specifically to be an XRP holder this year than it was last year. I mean, set aside you know, all the incredible price action, obviously, with the legal clarity that we have as well, which is why, frankly, I think it's going to be a lot of fun when the market picks up here. And as far as this article here talking about XRP decoupling from Bitcoin, I don't think so. I certainly don't think that XRP is... Now, over a shorter time period, yeah, it can look as though that's the case, like, for instance, today, as XRP was rocketing on up in price here. In fact, here's a 30-day XRP chart. Actually, look over the last couple of weeks here. You just get these stair steps up. It's been fun to see. But here's a 24-hour chart now. You can see here, it went up, and here, I'll give you a 24-hour chart for Bitcoin. Not doing the same thing. But look, if you're looking over a short period of time, this is not sufficient evidence that we're seeing any sort of actual decoupling. You know, I've been seeing this argument being made on and off for nearly 6 years now. I've been in crypto almost 6 years. And at various times over those 6 years, I'll see these arguments. And I'll just tell people, okay, if you really think that this is the decoupling moment, zoom out on a chart. Because I'm telling you, if you look at down to like, if you look on like a, you know, on an hourly basis, yeah, it might start to look like there's decoupling, but what does that really tell you? You're limiting yourself. There's such a limited amount of data there. It doesn't actually lead to any sort of reasonable conclusions here. Now, that being said, I'm not going to have a frowny face when I see XRP taking off and Bitcoin's moving sideways here. Now, that said, Jeremy Hogan, he did write something funny here, so I thought I'd share this. He wrote, last week, Bitcoin decoupled from tech stocks. This week, XRP decouples from Bitcoin. Next week, everyone keep an eye on your spouses. Lots of decoupling going around. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now, as far as what a couple of these chart analysts had to say talking about XRP, the Credible Crypto shared some perspective just this afternoon after the big price burst here. He made actually a video where he was talking about Bitcoin and XRP. And I don't want to rehash all of his technical analysis, so go check out his video. He's posted on X here. Fantastic analysis as usual. But I'll just let you know a couple interesting things he had to say about XRP specifically, because he noted that a key resistance level is 66 cents. But he said that if we actually are able to break through that, there isn't any significant resistance for XRP price for quite a while. So from his perspective, he said get ready for 90-something cent range. Should that resistance be broken. So it doesn't mean that he's highly confident necessarily that this will be the exact moment where it happens, but he's saying if that does go, yeah, get ready for a move to the upside. And then there was also perspective from XRP chart analyst Dark Defender. And I want to share with you first a post that he shared on October 25th. And then I'll get you to the latest stuff he said. But even on the 25th, he was optimistic that we're going to be seeing some moves, and was talking about support and resistance at the particular point in time. And he wrote, "Hi all, XRP's current price ranges between 66 cents and 52 cents. It won't be a surprise to see 66 cents shortly." And then he notes that the supports are again 52 cents and 46 cents, and resistances would be 66 cents, $1.88, and $5.85. Well, I'll tell you what, if I'm seeing that $5.85 is a particularly crucial resistance level, if we're actually up at that level, I ain't gonna be crying, I'll just say that. And then he says, but the real surprise will be when things go parabolic. And that leads us up to today, because this morning, you know, so many of us, we woke up and checked the price of XRP. Wouldn't you know, it's another one of those days where it's just rocketing upwards. And I don't know about you, but maybe I'm starting to feel I'm getting a little spoiled, because over the last couple of weeks, there's been such fun price action in crypto that I almost expect there to be something interesting to look at every time I open my damn phone. You know, but this morning, Dark Defender wrote the following. "Hi all, the momentum is still with XRP." And then he shared a perspective of what he thought the actual progress for XRP price might be versus what actually happened. Notes that it's actually fairly similar here. But he also noted, again, 66 cents price resistance, and then in a separate post, he wrote, "Get ready for $1.05 for XRP." So we'll see what happens there. Now, it's not just XRP that we should be excited about. And like I've been saying a fair bit lately, even if you don't hold Bitcoin, even if you're like me and you're not that excited about Bitcoin, if you do hold, and I do hold Bitcoin, even if that's the case, you should be aware of what's happening with Bitcoin. And I'm happy to see that pretty much everybody's come around to this point. The bear market's over, obviously. I mean, we had the bottom in November of last year. It's crazy that it's been almost a whole year since that bottom. And it's only recently that we've seen some people come around to this concept. But take a look at this headline from the Daily Huddle. Top trader predicts encore big Bitcoin rally from $28,000, says Bitcoin flashing comically bullish behavior. A trader who caught the crypto rally earlier this year believes that Bitcoin is poised to repeat its recent rally from $28,000 to a new 2023 high of $35,000. So, and by the way, depending on what source you look at, Bitcoin did briefly, very briefly, hit $35,000. Anyway, piece continues. Pseudonymous analyst Don Alt tells his 509,100 followers on the social media platform X that the next high time frame resistance for Bitcoin is all the way up to $60,000. And that's after Bitcoin managed to close above $32,000 last week. So he said, quote, "Huge close, very exciting. We're officially back in the all-time high range. No high time frame resistances till $60,000 left for me," end quote. And again, it's like, it should go without saying at this point, but since the entire market moves in tandem, despite what some people will have you believe about decoupling, that's not actually happening. We need to have a way more mature market before we can have a talk about that. But you know, with the entire asset class moving in tandem, as we see Bitcoin inevitably rocket on up, what do you think that's going to mean for XRP? Because, like, I tell you what, I firmly believe that XRP is going to substantially be outperforming Bitcoin. Anyway, piece continues. So looking at the daily chart, Donald thinks that Bitcoin is in a position to repeat its rally a couple of weeks ago when it abruptly surged from $28,000 without looking back. And he said, quote, "Almost comically bullish price behavior. Could honestly not look much better. There obviously are no guarantees in trading, but I'm more than happy with this price action," end quote. And so this is starting to sound more and more like what Credible Crypto has been saying for pretty much the whole year, at least, right? He's been saying, hey, we should expect a new all-time high for Bitcoin this year. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't make the price predictions, and he's been the only one that's been saying anything even close to that, at least until recently anyway. So I don't pretend to know, because, look, when stuff happens in crypto price-wise, faces get melted fast, okay? When things start going, and again, it always seems impossible, but then once it starts going, it really starts going. But now that we've seen this big jump over the last, let's call it a couple weeks or so, now people are starting to feel as though it's possible again, even though it's always been possible. We don't know for sure when this stuff's going to go. But when it goes, it goes. And so here you're just having, I'm just seeing more recognition from more and more chart analysts, not even just about this chart analyst in particular, Don Alt. I'm seeing more and more people, analysts out there, anticipating that, yes, we could see some blistering price action for crypto, broadly speaking, but led by Bitcoin. And again, since this is the case, what do you think happens? As Bitcoin goes up, it's going to drag everything else up with it, including XRP. It's just that I think the multiplier effect is going to be so much more impressive for XRP, because there's just less money in it. So it's easier to get a doubling, tripling, quadrupling effect, so on and so forth. So anyway, just take these days when we get them. It's fun. Just keep on celebrating. When we get these little bits, just celebrate every little bit along the way, because I'll tell you, we've had enough nonsense and negativity, especially with what happened as a result of the SEC in late 2020. We've been dealing with that crap for most of the last few years. And now that there's legal clarity and things are moving to the upside, we deserve to have these celebrations. You don't have to feel guilty for feeling happy about price going up, even if it's just a little bit. There'll always be those negative people out there when you're celebrating the little bits, they get sour about it because some people haven't gotten out of, whatever the hell PTSD did to some of these people in our community, mind you. I'm like, talk to me when it's at $1. I'm like, God, can we take the little victories? Just let me have this moment, okay? So I say celebrate. I say, have a good time here. We've had enough negativity over the last few years. But this is good. Inevitably, price was always going to come back. It's not the case that Bitcoin and XRP was going to go to zero. Well, of course not. They say, of course not, but not everybody feels so convinced. I just happen to have a high level of conviction. That's all I'm saying. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.